All right, y'all. We live. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. As a matter of fact, it's Thanksgiving Eve. How's everyone out there doing, man? We appreciate you all as always for joining in to What Are You Really Saying podcast. Of course, we here at the Rabble Rouser Studio, 2904 Minnesota Avenue. And I got a special guest with me today, one of my homeboys. We've been we've been partners, man, for over 30 years. Over 30 years, man. I've been knowing this guy, man, and I'm really proud of him. Uh, he's a awesome friend, amazing father. Uh, he's also an entrepreneur like myself. He has his own business, and we're gonna get into that. But without further ado, welcome my man Kareem. How you doing, brother?
Maintain it, man.
And I'm glad you're here.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
appreciate
you're
it.
here.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
Most definitely, most definitely. So I wanted the people to know a little bit about you, man. Uh, I know, I know. We have a how can I say it, man? We got a little circle, man. That we have is me. Which I should have started with myself. It's you, myself, Johnny here, which a lot of
People know.
people know. He was on he's on the podcast last week with us. My brother Bahij, the Warriors. And from time to time, Mikhail might come, but Mikhail always working, right? But normally it's the guys, and sit around, down and eat and have fun, man. We talk about life and things like that, which we bounce ideas off each other,
Right.
And it's just a way for us to just woosah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Woosah, and I love it because I love you guys. You know what I mean? You guys are great guys. I don't surround myself with people who aren't like minded. Let me say, and you guys definitely on the same page. First and foremost, like I said, you are a wonderful father. I learned a lot from you early in the game. Although my son is older than you, but your first was a girl.
Yeah.
So I definitely learned a lot from you with your daughter. But before we get into the topic, which is parenting part 2, because last week we was parenting part 1, and it was really good. It was really good.
I was supposed to be there, but
I know, right? But it's all good, man. We know you always there, watching and supporting. Right. So that's a good thing. But before we get into that, I want to just get into a little bit about yourself, man. So tell us a little bit about your business and what you do. You're a personal trainer, correct?
Right. Personal
trainer.
All
right. Tell us a little bit about the person. First off, let's give us the name of your business.
It's a web training. Been training for over 15 years now. You can check me on Instagram, web trainer _17. I'm all about getting our people healthy, staying on all that medication, and staying focused.
Staying focused. That's right. Staying focused. That's right, man. That's the most important thing, man. So look, as far as being a web trainer, what got you into wanting to be a trainer? First off, what got you wanting to be a gym? Because you got to be a gym rat. You know what I mean? You got to be a gym rat. You know what I mean? To really want to get into it like that. So what really got you into being just working out in the gym all the time?
So I started working out. It was some years ago. My mom boyfriend at the time, he was into working out. So, he bought me a weight bench and all that. And of course, I play around with it from time to time. It was nothing really consistent. So years went on, and how I got started. So my mom got sick when I was in college. So one of the ways of me kind of dealing with it, working out. And so one day, my cousin Rick, shout out to Rick, thank him.
Shout out to Rick.
He said, "Cuz, man, why don't you be a personal trainer?" I wouldn't train this shit, man. Whatever. So I'm working out. He said it again. Man, I'm gonna try. And that's one of the ways of me dealing with stress, because I'd rather punish my body than punish people out here. So
I'm glad you chose that route.
So one day I'm sitting there working out, and then he was in my head. Personal trainer. I'm sitting there, I couldn't shake it. So one day back then, I looked into an organization that you guys should be certified for. So I'm looking into it, I said, okay. So send me information. Back then, I mean, it was you get I think quarter on sale. It's about $400. Back then, it was on sale for 400.
Okay, for the class.
So you get quizzes, a thick book, a DVD, and a practice midterm, like an exam.
Okay.
So you got to complete the quizzes, and there's levels to it. So every so often, you got to log online, complete the quiz, bam, go to the next step. So the last thing was the quiz, the final exam was actually a take-home test.
Okay.
So you get to take it home, get
Hey,
it do it, and study, save it, go back. And so I did that. And lo and behold, I told him, I said, yeah, cuz I did. He was like, huh, what you talking about? I said, the personal training thing, man, thanks to you.
Yeah.
He said, for real? I was like, yeah, man. Cause I said, you stuck in my head. And so like I said, that's one of my ways of me dealing with stress.
Okay.
Working out, and that's how I stay focused. Some people might, read, therapy, whatever case may be. That's my therapy.
Right.
So lo and behold, got certified, man. My first client on the book, I wasn't really, the knowledge that I have now is night and day.
Gotcha.
She went from a size 22 to a 12. Now, mind you, my knowledge back then is night and day.
Right.
So went ahead and I wasn't even certified yet. So I'm training her, did that, got certified. And now, 12 years certified and down there 15 years training.
Wow, man. That's what's up, man. Hey, that's what's up, man.
Underscore 17.
Score 17. Skinny, what's going on? Skinny, how you doing, man? Gina Jazz is in the house. What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for joining in. I'm pretty sure y'all in the house. What they call it, browning them turkey wings and turkeys. So to have y'all with joining in with us, man, we really appreciate y'all. I got my man Kareem here. He's telling a story, well, not a story, but he's telling about his career and his passion, which is web trade. It's too big. Yeah,
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you now. I always said I think if my mom never got sick, I don't think I'd be here right now. In terms of training and all that.
God though, man. That's God, man. He knew what you needed to even get through your mom's trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm pretty sure you able to tell moms what she needed, her diet, and just kind of work with her too, right?
Mothers, parents in general are stubborn.
Oh, for sure. So, but guess what? They want to be here for their babies.
Yeah.
I don't care how old they are. Even my mom to this day, she want to be here for the grandbaby. You know what I'm saying? She is hard-headed. But, and matter of fact, shout out to my mom. Her birthday tomorrow, man, on Thanksgiving, man, the 24th. Shout out to moms, man. So, yeah, definitely, we definitely going to be spending time over there with moms tomorrow. But moving forward, bro. So, let me ask you a question about the personal training, though. Do you find it, or should I say, is it frustrating Oh, no. Okay. Let me say this. Let me ask you this. Do you find clients or people that come to you that want overnight results?
Of course. We in a microwave society. They want something quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yeah.
And work like that. And I tell anybody, anytime you work out, and you start seeing the results over time, you appreciate it more compared to paying somebody, get chopped off, bam. Because the thing is, habits doesn't change overnight.
Right. And that's pretty much what we think is simple. Happiness, right?
Habits,
bad
habits.
And bad habits. Okay.
Bad habits,
Okay. So, have you ever had that person to call you or come to you and say, "This not working"?
Of course. And see, the thing is, when you have to get people out their comfort zone, and that's the hardest part. And you got to build trust, because when you actually build trust and you show them results, maybe you know what he's talking about, or maybe she knows what she's talking about. Let me listen to that, because what you're doing is working.
Yeah.
You came to me for a reason.
Yeah.
So,
And I noticed too, even on Instagram, I see when you post a lot of your work, you're doing it also.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's motivation, for your trainee,
right,
to say, wow, you know what I mean? Because most people just sit back and just tell you what to do.
Right. See,
You know what I'm
my clients can't stand when I jump in. They be like, oh,
Put that pressure on them.
Yeah, they like
Put that pressure on them.
and I tell them all the time, don't try to do what I do.
Yeah.
Just stay in your own lane and just be consistent. If you need a break, take a break. I'm not one of them trainers that's gonna cuss you out and get in your face. No, because I know how I am. I don't want nobody doing it to me. I can do that to you.
You know, another thing I want to say also too, man, that I've noticed about you, and I think it speaks volume to that your brand.
Mhm.
You know, you're not afraid to wear it. You know what I mean? You know, you got a lot of people. What I mean by that is, I got another. He's a friend of mine. He's a comedian, also good brother. Went to my alma mater, Eastern High School. His name is Tony Spoon.
Okay.
He came out with his clothing line, Spoon Fed, and he wears it wherever. You know what I mean? And I really salute that, because I'm the same way. You know, people laugh at me. Like, matter of fact, when one of my friends had a party down here in off of A Street, and I showed up with my uniform. I mean, my t-shirt with TND Auto shirt. You know what I mean? Because and it's hindsight. You don't even think about it sometimes. You just grab it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just grab it. But it's my brand. And I stand by it. You know how what that mean? What Denzel Washington? I stand by it. You know what I mean? You know, but I noticed that about you. You know, you stay branded, of course. And I'm pretty sure it's a conversation piece also, because a lot of people will see it and they say, hey, you know, what's that about?
Right.
You know,
that's so funny, man, because one of my partners he live in California. So every time he come in town, I give him a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So one day he said he was in I think Home Depot. And somebody said, hey, you a trainer? He was like, huh? He said, no, this is my man in DC. He's like, oh, I thought you were a trainer. And something like that, something small is important to me, because at least people are like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
See the web train, all this and that. And
it's branded. And I like the way you did it, you know, with Foz Webb, because Webb is your last name.
Right, correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Two B's.
Yeah, 2 B's. You know, stand alone. That's what's up, man.
Right.
But yeah, we're gonna talk more about your passion. You know, that's what I call it. I always, try to tell people, that's your passion.
Right.
You know, anytime you're having fun at doing something, anytime, it involves doing something for the community or an individual, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a passion. It's something that it's a God-given talent, that you turn into your passion. That's just how I look at things,
Right.
But want to get into the topic of the day, parenting. Like I said, you're a great father.
Appreciate
you
it,
have
man.
3.
Yeah.
2 boys and a girl.
Twins.
Twins. I can't forget that. Twin boys.
You gotta say that.
Twin boys. What's the age? What's the age again?
My daughter's 13 and the boy's 12.
And the boys are 12. Ooh-wee. Man. Hey, Marika. Marika done tapped in. Marika, I'm glad to have you with us tonight also. I know you in there. Marika probably in there boiling them crab legs. She don't play. She probably gonna have a crab leg Thanksgiving. I'm coming over, Marika.
Right,
I'm coming over. But that's right. Yeah, that's right. Even my man Gene and Jazz, man. That's another guy, man. Good brother I met through social media. He's in the detailing group with me.
Okay.
Gene and Jazz, he's up in Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
And they stay branded. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, they stay branded, man. They stay wearing their gear. Do excellent work. We bounce ideas off each other. As a matter of fact, when they warm up next spring, I want to hook up with you and maybe come up there and you come down here. How we do it, man? But we got to make it happen. But Leroy Remo, that's your man.
Yeah, Lou.
That's Lou. Lou, shout out to Lou, man. Shout out to Lou.
Man can cook. He a DJ. Hey, Slim.
Yeah.
Barbecue. Holla at my man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still selling.
Hey, Lou, man. Look, man. Hey, man. When you come back on the show, can you come back on the show with us, Lou? We need to hear all about this, man. We all about supporting, man. Black businesses, man.
Hell of a DJ, man.
Black business. Hell of a DJ too. Oh, come on, Lou. I need you, man. We just got an addition put on the house, and we ready to have some parties. So I need you, Lou. I gotta get your information from Kareem if you don't mind, brother. But let's get into this topic, man. Parenting, y'all. Part 2, man. Because when we left off, when I was going home, I started to think about so much more when it involves parenting, guys. Hot Wing and the Trainer. Oh man. Hey Lou, you know who I am, huh, Lou?
Man,
my man, boy. Hot Wing and the Trainer.
He's Like when I first started training, man, he jumped on board and Alabama. When I tell you,
Yeah.
when I got him into shape,
Yeah.
Alabama was kissing babies and signing autographs. You hear me?
Hey, Lou, you a wild boy,
I
man.
started something, man.
You a wild boy, man. But that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. But look, man, guys, I got a couple of questions I want to ask. Definitely want to ask my man Kareem, and I want to ask the what are you saying? What are you really saying, community that's out there that's tapped in with us tonight, y'all? First one I want to talk about is, because you got a 13-year-old and you got two 12-year-old twin boys. I got a 16-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old daughter. Started all the way over.
Man,
right?
bless your heart, brother.
Bless my heart, right? Started all the way over. But let me ask you something, Reem, because you have a teenager and then you got the two twins that's coming in. How early should you have that birds and the bees talk?
I think it all depends on, well, for the girls, you know, they're gonna have their cycle pretty soon. You know, back when we was growing up, the girls had their cycle with 14, 15. Now it's 9 and 10.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Because even now, like I started the conversation with my kids maybe almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I say something to them and all this and that. And of course, now my daughter, by her being of age, she got boobs. Now and I'm like, oh my God. I said, this girl will get any more taller, any more bigger.
Yeah.
And when I sit there and talk to her, Dad, you know, and the boy is kind of in la la land, but I still got to be on him because I want to make sure I'm giving the real. When you jump out there and do something like that, it's repercussions behind it. It's consequences.
Right.
So I'd rather you learn it from me and say, well, I found out this by doing X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing you can do is really guide them, just information. Because now back in the day, we found out through books.
Yeah.
And we wasn't no internet like that. We didn't have no phone.
And that's the scary thing about it now, because they got it. It's so accessible right now, and I feel like that's why I wanted to bring this question up. Hey, Fudge, you're watching. Oh, Kareem, you're doing your best behavior, Kareem. but that's why I wanted to bring this question up, because with the internet nowadays, it's so easier for these kids. Our kids got their phone in their hand at 6, 7 years old. Some of them younger than that, but depending on what they watch, things like that. But it's so easier for them to just click on something while you're not there. They're not knowing it, and then they see something, You know what I mean? And then now it's like they thinking their little spirits just running and running and running. So they come and ask you, Daddy, what's this? Or you might just look over and see, what are you looking at? You know what I mean? So now, oh man, I gotta have this conversation with them. Because these kids today,
off the hook,
dude. Yeah. Because and again, you gotta blame it on the internet. In a sense. I mean, it does come back down to parenting, but we can only parent but so far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer as you really only can talk about or you really can only speak on what you know, what you've been taught.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if it's something that you're seeing that you don't know anything about, then it's our job to try to break that down to you, talk to you about it, get comfort. But it's all about how we talk to our children too.
Right.
Because I know when I was coming up, and this is a trigger for me to this day, I didn't like to be talked at. Meaning like
yeah, I know you're talking about.
Like, talk to me, you know what I mean? Let me know, break it down. Let's sit down. Let's sit, instead of like talking at me, you know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. Like, I never grasped that. So I always rebelled. You know what I mean? And then that's when I'm gonna go do what I want to do. If I'm gonna get in trouble, then I'm gonna get in trouble. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like today it's a little bit different, when it comes to our children, because we up against the internet. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, their friends, their peers, you know what I mean? What they see, they can be bringing it back to your child and they talking about it. Your child know what they talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a lot harder today, I feel like, to have that, not to have that conversation, but to actually have that talk and have your child fully knowledgeable about what's going on. You know, if that makes any
Right,
sense.
makes
You know what I'm
sense.
saying?
Right.
Because it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's scary.
It
You know what
is.
I'm saying? It's really scary because, you know, like I said, my son, he's 17. I said 16, he's 17. He just had a birthday, as a matter of fact. He's 17. And I already know right now that you know they talking, they sending texts, and they, you know, because it's funny. I took them out on Saturday for his birthday, right? And we went to Roof Chris, and it was a group of young ladies, young girls, or whatever. I think it was a Sweet 16 or something like that. They had a party or
Right.
whatever, but they was at the Roof Chris also. But they was outside taking pictures before they went in. So you can, and so me as a father, I'm already, first off, I'm looking at my son. I want to see how he moving around, and then I'm looking at his friends. You know what I'm saying? And I could just see them looking like, you know, tapping each other, like, look at Shawty, you know. So I'm like, okay. I mean, as a father, I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then I'm like, hey, listen, guys. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's a difference. It's the difference between lusting, you liking, and you love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to ruin their little moment at the time.
Right.
But I did talk to my son though. That Sunday, I talked to him. I said, man, I said,
That's the
y'all
first time talking to him?
No, you know, me and Elijah, me and Elijah had some talks. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I'm glad you said that, because it's segueing into my next question that I wanted to bring up was, do you find yourself being a friend more than a parent?
No, I'm more of a parent. I think, of course, my kids still got some years ago, but I think at some point you got to transition from being a parent to then being a friend, because the kids look at us like, you old, you don't know nothing, you ain't do nothing. We've been there before,
right?
No, we've been there before. So I think it's a transition where you have to be on them, because once they get in the world, you want for them to make the decisions on their own. Like, you know what, I made the decision. And you can sit back and say, no, we did that. Or I did it, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And that's the benefit of being a parent, because, you know, of course, being a parent, there's no blueprint to this.
At all. No directions, no nothing. Just boom. Just boom. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing to it.
And you know what? That's crazy that you say that, because I think the older they get, of course, you know, you do transition into that part, right? But I still feel as though it should be that level of respect between you and your child, no matter how old they get. What I mean by that is, because I'm you too. I know your mom, things like that. We raised a different way. We raised that even in our 40s, we don't cuss around our moms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with certain things, even if, like, I don't smoke anything, I know you don't either, but even still like that, you know, you wouldn't smoke a cigarette around your mom or weed or anything like that. So I feel like, and it's just me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's you should always have that line of respect. That way, I feel like you can always have that open communication and conversation to your child.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I'm 40 years old. I just left my mom before I came here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just talking to her, stuff like that. Of course, her birthday and mom things, but just, hey, mom, what's going on? Just talking to her, and it's always, you can feel that love. Right. You know what I mean? Now, sometimes mom will say something, you like, oh, that's just old fashioned, you know, because this is different now, mom. But you still remember it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what's funny about that is, down the line, it's going to resurface. It's going to come back like, dang, I know my mom told me this. Ain't that crazy? All that things like that happen, man, like that.
Because now, even, you know, because back in the day when you
Buddy Lee, son, what's up, baby?
You up here, you know, playing music. Your mom, why you playing that loud music?
Right.
Damn, you find yourself like,
yeah. What are you listening to?
Who is that again? Lord, who? What?
Right. Yeah. Right, man. You right about that, man. You right about that, man. Good gracious alive, man. You know what? When I think about parenting, man, it's a beautiful thing, but it's scary, man. It's scary, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I said again, my son's 17, man. Next year he'll be graduating from college. Graduating from high school.
Wait till your daughter get up there.
No, we hold time up. No, we
I'll tell you, man.
No. General, what's up, General? Man, General in the house,
hey,
man.
It's
man, you know what, man? It's
See, this is one thing I think a lot of people don't, especially men.
Mhm.
When you have a daughter, you have to be the example. Because
sure.
you're the first man, you the first man that's gonna love her unconditionally with nothing in terms of requirement. You don't want nothing in return. Just listen to me, just love me, and go from there.
Right.
And you got to set the example. Like I told, like when my daughter was a certain age, I said, I'm gonna give her flowers just because. Because she's not gonna be 16. Oh, daddy, I'm in love. Why you in love? He gave me flowers. My daddy did that already. Try again.
Yeah. I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. Like I said, mine too. So I got a lot of flowers to be buying. I got a lot of flowers to be buying, man. And Marika says, she says it's the hardest thing you will ever do in life. Marika, you are so right about that.
And with boys, the thing with boys, like they measure themselves amongst their dad. Because I already know my boys one day gonna beat me in basketball. I'm here the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I already know. And to see the thing, I got 2. So I gotta be in shape. I'll play you. Regardless, I'm sucking, win, tired. Come on, Dad, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. So, the boys, because you got to be a model for them as well.
Right.
You got to be a role model.
You're right about that.
For all you kids.
You're right about
daughter
that.
Or sons, it don't matter.
You're right about that. You are so right about that. And you know what's funny, man? Because we both, like I said, we both have sort of the same story, and what I mean by that is we both have children from different women.
Right.
We ain't on no Nick Cannon type stuff, but we got children from different women,
Just 2.
But just two, right? And let me ask you, first off, if your child came to you, or if they already have, you can ask the question, but if your child came to you and asked you why you and their mom aren't together anymore, do you tell them the whole truth? Meaning, like,
the bullshit?
Yeah. Do you tell them everything?
Yeah.
You tell them everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to my kids at all. Because the one thing, kids hold on to stuff. But I thought, because then they come back to you, you can be looked at as the liar. And that's the thing. You want to sit there, be as transparent as it can be, because at some point, it's gonna come back to haunt you if you ain't careful.
Right.
I'm honest with my kids. Whenever they ask me that question, I'm telling the truth. I'm like a sugar code.
So what if they like, well, if they're like, well, okay, well, can you and mommy get back together?
No. That ship is gone. It might be in the iCloud.
Marika say, always be honest, but don't bash. I don't. Okay.
Because the one thing,
because I don't like. Oh, Fudge, come on, Fudge. Come on, Fudge. No. Come on, Fudge. You know what I'm saying? Fudge, daggone well, I don't do no cussing, especially on social media. I ain't gonna say that. Fudge, crazy. Just say because I don't like that beat. Oh my God. See, it went left already. It don't take long for the podcast to go left. Do it, man. Good gracious alive, man. It's always somebody in my circle. But
see, the thing is, like, if your kid's gonna realize if that parent's full of shit or not, you don't got to say nothing. You stand on your square. This is what happened. Blase. Keep moving, because then when it comes time, I see what you're talking about. I see what you mean now.
But
because you can't control that.
But that don't happen overnight.
No.
And the reason why I say that is because, I'm just saying, not all families are like that. You know what I mean? But when you do have that woman, that mom that's hurt or whatever, or want to use the kids as a pawn, or that little type thing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's harder to tell what I mean by tell the truth, like your truth is your truth. But if the kid is over there all the time and the mom is steadily, your dad this, your dad ain't that, that's that. Right. Your child is pretty much taking in what they're saying. So, but as a father, right, you have to, and we have to spend more time, we have to talk and all that. But sometimes that's exhausting when you feel like every time you get your child, you have to you know what I'm saying? Reprogram them, you know what I mean? Or reprogram them again and again and again.
Now, here's something that I always say to, my partners, and even to some of my female friends that I'm close with. Mm-hmm. They want your money. They don't want your input. They want your money. They don't want your input.
Hmm.
They want to control what's at your house, what's going on, and all this and that.
Mhm.
But let you say something about, not in my house.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All that. I'm telling you, man. Like always, they want your money.
Yeah.
They want your input.
So how hard, or well, how difficult is it, should I say, in raising a child in a separate home?
Yeah.
My man
Now-
J-Rock said it's the hardest thing he's ever done.
Now I'm gonna tell you this: the one thing that I've learned over the years,
Okay.
you see more celebration for baby showers than marriages. How many people do you know right now that with the same woman or the same man and no outside kids right now? How many do you know that's either married or still together?
With
happily?
no outside kids?
No outside kids, either married or in a happy relationship. How many people you know? You can probably count on one hand.
Yeah, I can count on. As a fact, there's a couple of them on
Yeah.
here. My man General, he's on here. I think he's married. He just had
Now,
one.
when you say,
I think General, am I right, General? Because General said never bash the other parent. At a certain age, the kid will see what's up. Just stay present. That's my answer. That is the answer, General, my man Michael Jordan. That's definitely the answer, man. Just stay present,
but see,
because
that's the hard part of it. Because
that's what I was saying.
that's the hard part.
That's what I was saying,
Because
because you getting, it's exhausting to have to keep yourself together. You know what I'm saying? You know, and steady, man.
let me tell you something. If I didn't work out, my knuckles be bleeding. I'd be on TV. because the thing is, you gotta.
I'm not laughing at the situation.
I know
it's just,
man,
you know, yeah.
But you
Hey,
gotta
Rob.
you gotta put the child first in all capacity, especially when that household is separate. But unfortunately, it's always one-sided. You putting the child first while she putting her needs and stuff first before the child.
But you think she's doing that because the child is with her all the time, and she know the child's gonna be taken care of no matter what?
No, control.
It's control, huh?
Control, man, all day long.
Controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
So they like to control the narrative, is what you're saying. That's where the problem comes in, that controlling the narrative.
You can't. Then it's her way.
Okay, he's saying if you're with someone that you can't agree with, it's her way. And
She's
she's,
been, you know what I mean? Like, we can talk this out, or
we shouldn't talk this out.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially if being as a man, I'm trying to say, you shouldn't do that with this boy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. See, matter of fact, I wish he had a mic, man. I wish he had a mic, man, because he's saying something. He's saying something that's true. You know, hey, ma, I just spoke with you, ma. I love you. Because he's saying something that's really important. You know, when it comes to, you know, the parenting part. You know, he was saying that when it comes to the female, when she has, repeat that one more time. When she pretty much has the say so, she has the last say so, because
he lives with her.
the child lives with her, right?
So she has fun. She likes to have final say.
She had, right. She has
regardless of
what you
the
say,
impact.
right? So pretty much he's saying that because the child lives with her, she has the final. She thinks she's supposed to have the final say, regardless of the impact. It's regardless. He lives with me. This is what we're gonna do. This is how it's gonna be. And that's a major problem in co-parenting. You know, when it comes to being in different household, that's a major problem.
But I'll give you even one better. So of course with boys, you know, majority of the time boys get taller than their mom quicker than their father, right? So
Does it get taller?
yeah, get taller.
Okay.
Because you know they look like, okay, I'm taller than you.
Yeah. I'm looking down. Okay.
So when it comes to the point where, like, when they're younger, this is my son, this is my son. You go to get your son. Oh, now, so I'm the police now.
Mhm. Only when he bad though.
Right.
Only when he bad, come get your son.
Right.
Yeah. That's no way
Get
to
out,
parent.
go to your father's
Yeah, get out,
house.
go to your
Right,
father's
like it's a
house.
punishment.
We hear that a lot. We hear that a lot.
Punishment.
Yeah.
Come to my
It's a
house.
punishment to come to my house. That shouldn't be that way.
Bruh.
And then you wonder why he acting out the way he acting out.
Especially if I've been asking for it. gotta take it.
It's a different. That's a very different because you got a lot of fathers that don't ask for their children.
Especially if I've been trying to get.
But if you've been trying to get your
and
child,
now all of a sudden, come get him.
now all of a sudden come get him because he acting a certain way.
I give you one better. How many women out there, right? If the father is in a better situation, will cancel the child support and give the son to him, and I do the weekends. I'm not gonna do that. It's free money. It's free money. They're not gonna do that, regardless of what's going on.
Wow,
I'm not gonna do that.
I ain't even.
I'm not gonna do that. Even if you're in a better situation,
I didn't look at it.
I'm gonna go ahead because you know what? It's our money. It's our money. I had an old coworker, and love him to death, my man. When he gave his wife, the wife filed paperwork, whatever, got child support.
Mm-hmm.
He was homeless for a month. She went from a Camry to Escalade.
Off the child support.
Off the child support.
But was the Camry in bad shape?
It didn't matter. How you go from a Camry to an Escalade because of the money? You didn't have Camry. You didn't have Escalade money before me.
Still bullshit.
I said, I think child support is still bullshit. Man, let me get to some of these questions, man, because let me get to some of these questions on here, man, because it's getting real. I want to go back. I'm gonna start with Rob, man. My man Rob said, man, we most definitely have to be careful as to how we speak the truth with them. Now,
I disagree.
I think you disagree. I think Marika might disagree on that one too, because she said just be straight up with them. And Michael Jordan said the same thing. Okay. But see, that's the point I was trying to make also though, because y'all know that saying, you could be a little too honest.
I heard it before, but I don't. That's not me.
That's not you.
No.
I mean, I just feel like because kids are sponges, right? Mm-hmm. But they easily can be persuaded anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got some kids can be persuaded by Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Toys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That type of stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Phones or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really know what's being said when they're not around you. What their mom is saying. The mom don't know what the dad is saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's something we got to really touch on. And Marika said, hold on, real quick, I'm gonna get Marika. Marika said, well, me and my son father not together, but we vow not to have other kids by other people. And we stuck to that. Okay. Wow, that's
hey, to each his own.
Wow.
To each his own.
But hold on, you know what, Marika? Let me ask something about that, Marika. Let me ask something, Marika. Let me ask something, Marika. Right. That's the question I want to ask Marika. I mean, it worked for them. But at the same time, I want to ask you. So, are you putting your love life in a box by doing that? Meaning you didn't want any more kids? Because if you don't want any more kids, I can see you guys kind of coming up with that agreement. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. But at the same time, if you're doing that, why not just be together?
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. Now let me pick it
but
back.
Me and Marika, we could talk about that one. We could talk about that one because that's something I definitely.
So let me pick it back with Rob. Shout out to Rob.
Mm-hmm.
I see you doing your thing, Rob.
Shout out to Rob, man.
So here's the thing: when you honest with your kids, when they get out in this real world, they're not gonna care. They're not gonna spoon feed you. They're not gonna put for you over you. They're gonna go as hard as ever. So I'm setting the tone because I care about you.
Right.
This is out of love.
Right.
When they get out here, give a fuck about you. Who are you? Excuse me. Walk right over you. Yeah. And then you're gonna wonder why you sitting there. Why my daughter? Why my son acting like that? Y'all did it. Y'all did it.
No, but what I'm saying is, say for instance, okay, let's say because I don't. No, that's cool. But see, with me, I like to look at the whole picture, right? It ain't just the man, it ain't just the women. Right. It's a collective thing. Right. Especially when you're having kids, it's two, right?
Right.
And I don't want to get too far off of it, but I always even when we talk, and all the fellas talk, right. I always tell my friends this: when we bring it up, when we talking about females and the baby mamas and all this stuff like that, at one point in time, you all was lovey-dovey. She was the love of your life. He was the love of your life. You know what I'm saying? Wherever that switch turned off was because of the red flags that was already there that now became a problem because of either somebody is not doing what they
Right.
used to doing or whatever the deal might be, right?
All right.
So I like to look at the picture in the broad, right? Now, if my son's mother, I'm just bringing up a point of whatever, right? If my son's mom turned out to just to be a piece of crap when we broke up, right? Meaning she just remorseful, she angry, she want to take me for everything I got.
Right.
You know, she don't want me to see my son, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards, right? Now my son come to me and say, Dad, what's wrong with you and mommy? Why y'all not together anymore? Are y'all gonna get back together? You know, that conversation right there. What do you tell your son? Do you tell your son all that bad stuff that now your mom, she keeping me from you, she taking me for child support when I already do? Do you have that conversation with them? Or do you kind of water it down to where as though you give them, you don't bash their mom, but you kind of tell them in a way, well, me and mom, you just didn't see eye to eye. You know, we love you dearly, but we kind of going in a separate direction. Are you setting them up for failure that way because you don't want to tell them everything that their mom doing because they don't see it?
Right. When only if he asks. Don't volunteer no information without him asking.
No, I mean he's asking you what's wrong, what's up with you and mom. You know, hey dad.
Like in terms of why I can't get along with
no,
somebody.
He said, hey dad, why you and mom not together? I mean, as a kid, that's a for real, that's a 5-year-old all the way up. You know,
right.
They start at 5. These kids are questioning. These kids want to know why, right? Hey, Dad, why you and mommy not together?
Right.
You don't love mommy? That type of stuff. That's a kid talking to you. That's your child talking to you. Right. And I'm just asking, like, do you tell them the whole truth?
Yeah, they want to know truth. Yeah, because you don't want to ever.
Hey, Miss Fisher.
Give kids false hope like y'all might be back together. It's no way in the world, because you have to remember this is an opportunity for you to sit there and kind of speak your piece, not knowing if she's anything at all. Because in the child's mind, mom is great, this and that, mom and dad not together, but whatever case may be, because he or she is a child, they're not gonna know. But when it comes for you from the horse's mouth, then they can take the information, either take it and kind of keep it in, or they can ask them whatever. But I'm a friend. I'm always honest with my kids. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. What happened? No, I'm not.
Hey, Shelly.
I'm not doing that.
Tanisha said it depends on the age and maturity. But see, that's the thing I'm trying to say though, Tanisha. I mean, a 5-year-old come to you and ask you, Mommy, why are you and Daddy not together anymore?
Right. Like,
what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you have that conversation? Now, you can. How do you have that conversation, man?
Like she said, it all depends on the age too. I agree. The age part, yeah, all depends. Now you're not gonna tell no 5-year-old because they're not gonna understand it. But once they become teenagers and they start dating of their own, you gotta be honest with them.
You gotta be honest with them. I mean, I agree. I Marika said water it down. I mean, I agree with y'all. Hey, Shelly on here, man.
Oh, what's up, Shelly?
Yeah, Shelly on here. Wait, Shell. Let's get to Rob, man. Rob said you don't have to tell him your mother cheated or she's a gold digger, etc., etc. That's what I'm saying. See, that's how I want to get down.
Hey, look, Rob, you comparing apples and bowling balls, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell him that either, though. I wouldn't go to that extent. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wouldn't go to that extent. But let me ask you something though. But hold on, let me ask you something though. Okay, let me go a little further with it, right? Not imagine, what if the child now is of age, let's say 12, 13, 14, whatever, right? And they say, hey, Dad, how come you don't come and get me? You know what I'm saying? No, but the reason why he don't come and get him is because she don't allow it. And I'm not saying 14. Let's just scale it back a little bit. Let's say 6, 7, 8.
At that point, then that's the point he was waiting.
Yeah.
That's the
you were waiting on that age for him to ask that. So you say, "Hey, I'll come get you." Hey, you want me to come get you?
So you're saying put it into the child's hand. But let me ask you something though. Do you so at that age, 6, 7, 8, 9, you'll put it in the child's hands to say, I'll come get listen. No, listen. You'll tell your son or daughter, even 12. You'll tell your daughter or your son. It's the difference between 6 and 12. Okay, let's just say 6, 7. Daddy, I want to go with you this weekend, Daddy. And you say, all right, ask your mom, I'll come get you. Mom say, no, you can't.
He'll call back and say, Mom said I can't come. I'll come get you anytime you want me to come get you. Matter of fact, I want to see you all the time. Tell your mother I want to see you. I'm trying to come get you. But you know, y'all always busy. Makes it, you know.
Yeah, y'all, yeah.
So the sad part about it, you gotta love around the mom. You gotta love around the mom.
Yeah, Father, you saying it's not up to the child, it's up to the parent. No, I understand everything about that part. But if the parent is no, because of whatever reason, no, you ain't going with your father, you ain't going with your father's house. Then where does that leave you? And mind you, I haven't even been to the courts, because once we get to the courts, that's a whole different subject, right?
Woo!
It's a whole different subject. Now you could be in the courts, but from my experience, meaning what I've seen, right? What I've seen, I've never been in the courts. I've never been in the system. God, thank you, God. I've never been in the system, right? But
the whole world out here, boy.
But knowing some of my friends that's been in the system, right? That doesn't even work for you, because when you go through the system, even if they still don't abide by the system rules, it's still a process that you have to go through, right? Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna tell you what's so messed up about it. If I go to child support, right, the court, I got to file paperwork, which I got to pay for visitation.
Right, so you got to pay to see your children.
You got to keep going.
You got to keep paying to see your children.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, but let me ask y'all something.
Whole game
If the shoe was on the other foot, do you think it would be the same way?
As far as if the
woman was trying, if the child went with you,
you think so? You saying that she would try to? You think we would try to push her away?
Mm-hmm.
No, because I mean, of course, I'm just assuming because I just know my personal opinion.
Were you angry when y'all broke up? I'm just asking. This is just a regular question, because I mean,
back then it was different emotions. I'm not going, go down that path, but
because I know I was angry when me and my son first broke up. I was. You know how they say that temporary insane part?
Yeah.
Of course. I witnessed that part,
and it goes back to what you're saying in terms of
I witnessed that.
You saw the signs in the beginning. You playing dodgeball. Oh nah, all this thing. And then as you start getting up in there, you start to realize, oh, I see why X, Y, and Z ain't with you no more. I see why. Because now the position he used to be in, you in now. Cold game out here.
It's a cold game
out here.
Oh man, Shelly, I'm sorry, Shelly. Shelly said, "Why so deep on Thanksgiving Eve? I'm baking pies."
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry, Shelly. Hey, I might come some cupcakes.
Right, Shelly, we gonna end this show with cupcakes. You ain't gotta worry about that. We good to go. Hey, Johnny on here. Johnny, what's up, baby?
Yeah, man, I miss you the other day,
man. We wish you could have came on tonight, man. It's all good, man. Let's get to some of these. Marika says, the problem is it's not enough men fighting for their kids.
Oh.
If the men start the case,
she really believe that?
You in better.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Fighting. So if you had, like you said, go back to what you said, you had a child with this man. Mm-hmm. You got to take the brunt of the blame when you picked him. If he wasn't shit before, ain't you now?
But those red flags. I mean, but see, that's I'm a like I say, I always try to keep it fair, right?
No,
hold on. Listen, I always try to keep it fair, because in all honesty, man, you could be in a relationship. It could be peaches and cream, but when that child comes into the world, dude, it changes everything with the mother and the father.
Right.
But the father, and this is going to probably rattle some of my friends, some of you guys up real quick. But the father's life really doesn't change. Lifestyle doesn't change that much because
Go ahead.
the child is strapped to the mom, whether they breastfeeding, bottle feeding, whatever it is. Right. The moms get that. What's that, maternity leave? Right. So they off for 2 months or however long it is, 6 weeks or whatever it is. Right. With the child, you still get to go to work. You still get to go play basketball. You still get to go do a lot. You might not do it every single day because you want to get home to your child. But guess what? You still got that freedom to leave it.
But here's the thing I think you're missing. What man get the opportunity to do that?
Every man.
No, I'm talking about in terms of, like I said earlier, how many women out there that will, if the father's in a better situation, whether he's married, got to save a household, who's willing to say, you know what, you're in a better situation, our child need to see that, because most of us are pretty much being raised in single family households. So if I can see that, if our son can be the benefit of that, why should I be in the way of that? Why should I stop it? Because I want what I want, and I want to prove to you I can do it without you. Because how many women you know will actually sit there and say, you know what, the better situation, he's more stable, he got the space, he got all that.
You mean to come live with you?
Yeah. I mean, how many gonna come on? How many people gonna say that? How many women you know gonna sit and, you know what, you got a better situation, a better foundation, and you know when boy gets to a certain age, the market in the winner.
Hold on, I wanna. Marika said she would. Marika said she would. Hey, one reason on here too. Mo, what's up, baby?
What's up, man?
Father said the father's lifestyle.
Avocado toast.
Father said the father lifestyle should change. Should change if he was a good father. Now I understand that. I'm not saying he's a bad father, good father. I'm just saying that the father still has more lenient time out because the baby is strapped to the mom. That's all I'm saying. And meaning the father should take on a little bit more of the responsibility, I guess, if need be.
But think about it though. It goes back to what I said in terms of working together. Why I had to do that? Because if we on the same page, it should be no conversation. If we on the same page as parents,
but what I'm saying is,
whether we together or not, if we not together, you should look. It's about the child. Let's go do this together. But it's not about that. You know that. It's not about that. It's my child. It's this and that. Come on, you know
but I
that.
think you speaking towards the. For one, I think you're speaking towards the. How can I say it? Unintelligent parents, female or male, for you to carry on that way.
Right, I totally agree. Right.
You know what I'm saying? For you to carry on that way. You know, like for me, with my oldest son, when he was born and things like that, it was new to me. I was a new father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I knew how I wanted my family structured from how I was raised.
Right.
But that wasn't the circumstances.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then when it came to the point where me and his mom separated, I was devastated.
Of course.
Even though it was partly my wrongdoing,
Right.
and it was partly hers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, hell, if we're not gonna be in the same household, I know how I want my son to be raised.
Right.
So I'm gonna go above and beyond, you know what I'm saying, to do what I have to do. And in doing it, and that's just, it could happen to anybody, but in doing that, she seen the good in me. She seen how I was gonna be this. She seen what I was doing on a consistent basis. You know what I'm saying? So the courts was never even thought of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was just a blessing within itself.
Right.
You know, but it was hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was hard because the first thing us men we saying is what? Man, I don't want no other nigga around my child. That's the first thing you say when you breaking up. I don't want no other nigga around my child. Now, granted, most of the time, nigga, you wasn't even around your child.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in my case, it was different. We was in the house, I was around my children like that. But I just, like I said, I was temporarily insane when we broke up.
Right, I got you.
Because I was in my feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But getting back, I don't want to get too far off that.
We be talking all
I
day,
don't want to get too far off that, but I want to get to some of these comments and things. And Marika said we both had a child. Oh, we had a
Right,
child.
right.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. You're
You
right.
see,
You're right.
you
You're right.
see.
Father say, I get it, but you need to be in the house supporting the mom and helping out and not playing basketball. I understand that, Farge. I'm just saying how, and again, that's true. That's so true. And as a man, as a father, they're thinking, and this is not all fathers, we're thinking that it's nothing we can kind of do at the moment because she's breastfeeding. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really much I can do. You know, I can come in, you know, I can change a pamper or two or something like that. Of course, I do that when I get in the house, but you're not thinking that. That's not your thought pattern that, man, hey, babe, I'm gonna go play ball for a little bit. How y'all doing? How the baby doing? What he doing today? And that's it. And then you go to play ball and then you come back. The baby's still right there strapped to her, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, Farge. You know, we can actually come home and take the baby off her hands.
If we all pick right and see the big dynamic is the foundation of the child. Okay, if we break up, this is how it should go. You know, X, Y, and Z. You should have a blueprint, but unfortunately, people jogging for position. When you have people that actually understand the big picture is the child. You know, look, I know we're not together no more. So what can we do? Even if the baby mother or the baby father is married in a relationship, look, what can we do to support? Because it take a village. No bullshit. It take a village.
You know what? I want to go to Tanisha. You're right about that. That's so true, bro. That's so true, bro. I want to go to Tanisha's statement, man. Tanisha said, why can't you share custody? Why does it have to be one or the other? Tanisha, let me ask you something about that, right? And I agree with that. That's easier said than done. That's why I want to go back to that, because that's easier said than done. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think that could be done without the courts? Right? That's my first question to you, Tanisha, and anybody else that want to weigh in on that comment, right? Do you think that could be done? Do you think you can cope? Do you think you can share custody, right, without the courts? I think you can, but I think it's going to take two
she said
level-minded individuals, grown folks to do that.
Nah, it's a different dynamic, man.
They can be grown.
Right? They can be grown. Now, but I'm saying,
grown on paper, that's it.
No. Listen. It can be done. I'm gonna tell you why, because I'm doing it. That's why I know. And I'm just having conversations. Like I've been through a lot of this stuff that we talk about. You know what I mean? Some good, some bad, right? But I like to share this platform with others because I want to hear from them too.
Right.
Just like I brought you on, bro. You know what I mean? I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to tap in and see what you got going on.
But
now,
think about this,
says absolutely.
But think about this though. Like you said, you know, you doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many men are doing that, or how many women are doing that? Like in your situation, how many women can sit there and say, you know, me and my baby father, we working together? How many can say that?
I mean, it seems like there's a couple of them on here. So I mean,
I got you. I'm just saying though.
My whole thing is, we don't have stats, we don't have the statistics and things like that, right? So we just generally speaking on it, right? Now, I would definitely hope and pray that the number exceeds the good rather than the bad, right? But if we look at our world and when we are in the surroundings and upbringings that we came and stuff like that, it's on the downside. Right. Even with some of our peers. We know some of our peers that's on the downside. But we know a lot of our peers also too that ain't doing what they supposed to do.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I can't speak to my others. In my side of the circle, I don't hang around no dudes that don't take care of their kids. You can't be.
That's us.
I'm gonna tell you personally. I'm
do that.
gonna tell you, one of my boys, I'm not gonna say his name. We went bowling one time years ago. And he brought this dude to come bowl with us. It took everything in my power when I put my hands on him. Because I know he wasn't taking care of it. I don't hang around dudes like that. You're not gonna be in my circle. You can't even eat with me. You don't take care of your kids?
I respect that.
Man, fuck that.
I respect that. No, I respect that. I definitely respect that because I truly believe you're a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? You reflect the company that you keep.
I totally agree.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, but let me ask you something though. Because that was your friend at one time, right? Oh, that's
no. My that's one of my boys, but that's one of his. That's not my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you something though, right? Because I had sort of the same scenario, right? And I don't bring no names or anything like that, right? But
Protect the innocent.
but at the same time, I feel like we need to do better as friends, even a friend of a friend, and talk with them and see what's going on. Now, I know you can say that ain't none of my business,
No,
but if we were able to just talk with that person, right? Just to see what's going on, man. Like, what's up, man? You know what I mean? You got these beautiful kids, man. You know, what's the deal, man? You know what I mean? Now, most of the time you might hear, man, that broad, she ain't, man, she ain't this and that. Well, then that's when I think the court's supposed to come in. Right?
Mhm.
Because you got to take it out of, I don't want to pay for it. You're paying to get your kids. You're paying for your peace.
Hoping to get your kids.
Well, if
I know
it's,
what you mean.
well, my whole thing is this: if your situation is game tight, right?
Mhm.
A lot of times people always look at the courts and say, "Man, we down, we come to the door." That might be true, but guess why? Because a lot of times we don't have our stuff together going in the door,
You say we something all across the board.
all across the board. And the reason why the courts have probably been against the father so much is because we already coming in with the bull crap from day one. You know how people say you gotta change the narrative?
Right.
So you have to change the narrative all around the board. Like you can't just go to court because, man, I'm going to, man, you got subpoena to come to court or whatever. You already know you shacking up with this broad. You know what I'm saying? When you do get your child, they over your mom, your grandma, over your sister's house, you still out doing what you're doing. But yeah, you pissed off that you got to pay child support. She getting this, she buying an Escalade. Dog, guess what? At the end of the day, the money that the court said that you have to provide, right, is within the realm that they feel as though that you can afford. But the sad part about it is, why even think about a price that's for your children? Why are you even putting a price on your kids?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you had to pay $1,000 a month and you still get their haircut, you take your boy to the barber shop to get their haircut,
Right.
get them some shoes, or you see a little toy or whatever the deal is, right? That's something that you see, that's something that you want for your children. That $1,000 a month shouldn't have to do nothing, shouldn't have to deal with nothing else that you're getting for them. Right? Now, this is my thing. If you're doing everything you're supposed to do for your child,
By whose standards?
for your standards,
Okay, cool.
for your standards, because if you're doing it for your standards, then this shit outweigh the bull crap or whatever that she's thinking about.
Right.
And again, I'm not saying that, you know, you got some females that just want to take you for what it is because you ain't do what you do, but that's the bed that we made up. Right? That's the bed that we made up. Accountability, right? Accountability. You cheated.
Right.
You took her down to her last. Right. So guess what? This is the way she can get you back through your kids. Right? And that's just the bed that we made up. But my whole thing is this. If we are game tight, if we got our own spot, or if we with our parents or whatever we doing, we got a job, we getting the kids, we spending all this time, and we're cordial. I ain't saying you got to call her every day. I ain't saying you got to wish her happy birthday, none of that stuff. Right? But just be cordial. That's it.
Yeah, but
dude, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how that female that once loved you, that has a heart, because she loved you, she loved your kids, right? You can only be mad for so long. You can only be mad for so long when somebody is turning the tide.
Right.
You start to see the good in the person after a while.
Yeah.
You get more bees with honey. I like that. You get more bees with honey. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
And you got to kind of set the tone, because if they receptive and they see, I see he knows that. Because one thing Johnny said, shout out to Johnny, because he said this to me, and I got it years later. He said, you can't argue by yourself. For a long time, I was sitting there, doing, and then once it clicked.
Yeah.
And once he said that, the rest is history.
Rest is history. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you haven't seen the model in terms of how a household, mother and father, being married, You know, if you don't have that model,
Mhm.
you're going on a Hail Mary. You don't know what to do because you see this dude or that girl or this is my uncle, this uncle dad, this
Mhm.
auntie,
Mhm.
whatever case may
Mhm.
be. And then years later, you wonder why. I ain't never been in a relationship. I ain't never had no stable foundation because
Yeah,
I haven't
stability.
seen one.
That's right. That's right. And that's why, and again, shout out to Kel, man. Kel on here, Kareem.
What's up, Kel?
What's up, Kel? And see, and that's why, I don't know what Mo talking about. Y'all about to cause a lot of brothers to not eat tomorrow. hey, Mo, well, hopefully they doing, they doing what they supposed to do, man. And the baby mama invite them over to get a plate or something, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, maybe lose my train of thought messing with this food, man. But in all, man, that was another point I wanted to bring up too, man. Because a lot of people have been brought up, in single households, and seeing a lot of people in and out or whatever, or mom dating this person, dating that person, and things like that. So it hurts me to see us brothers when we have our children try not to, to not break that cycle. You know what I mean? To try to have some kind of stability within your child's life. And I'm not saying every relationship is supposed to work out for the better. It's not.
Right.
It's not going. The world is not perfect like that. Right. But if you guys do split, let that be between you all and not the children. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, but you know what? Like now, me now, and I'm gonna speak on myself. Me now, right? I done all that stuff. I done the cheating. I done all that stuff, right? And now with my kids' mom, now that I have the two beautiful kids I had with her, right? When I had them, I was transitioning into being faithful,
right,
being honest,
right,
and being loving, right? But I was still working on myself too. Right. So I couldn't give everything, right, because I was still working on myself. And that's just being honest. Right. Right. So with me, it was, I'm gonna love the children, care for the children, but then I gotta try to bring up with me and her. Right? Right. Was it hard? Yeah. Because it was something that I never done. Right. Right. But at the same time, I knew what happened in my first relationship, right, that I wasn't going to let happen in this relationship. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I say, you know what? I got to be more supportive of her because the kids will be taken care of no matter what. Right. Right. But I got to be more supportive of her. Right. So it taught me like, you know what, man, this is what you're supposed to do. Right. This is my responsibility. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. This is my responsibility to take care of family. Right. And that's her, the kids. Right. Family. Right. Not just dividing. I got to take care of these kids. Yeah. Right. Because you get in that mindset, you done forgot about her. And you're going to butt heads. Right. A lot of times because y'all not on the same page. Right. Right. Because I'm raising the kids this type of way. You raising the kids. I don't agree with that. No, I don't want him to do that. Right. Hold on, time out. We gotta work on some kind of. Right. This not gonna work. Right. I've been down this road before. Right. I've been down it, and that's where it brings back to what we was talking about earlier about how hard is it to raise children in separate households. Right. Because you gotta have that standard. I might not. My family won't eat pork. Her family eat pork. Right. Why you feeding my child that? Right. Well, that's all they got. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So it's hard, and I don't even want to get into the religion part about it. I'm born Muslim, they born Christian, and Christmas tree, and you talking about Santa Claus. We can go all and on. You know what I'm saying? But in all, in a nutshell, it still comes back to parenting. Right. It still comes back to having respect for each other, right? Because if you respect somebody, you definitely got some. Definitely got some decency for them. Right. Yeah. And you got some understanding for them as a human being. Right. You respect somebody. Let me ask you something real quick. Mm-hmm. And I want to ask y'all two out there real quick, right? Let's see what Mo Hold on, let's see what Marika said. Hey, Cal in here, man. My man Cal. Marika said, unless it was an accident, children should be made from love. So the parents should never forget that. That's
right.
That's number one.
Right.
That's number one. That's number one. But you know what's Marika, it's so funny that you say that though, because I can honestly say all of my kids was made off. No, they wasn't playing. Hell no, they wasn't playing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm playing to pull out. But you know what I'm saying? But I guess excuse me. I guess, you know, she's saying, man, you done got me choked up.
Let me say this. So one thing personally about me, like I have a sperm donor, and you know, I knew for a fact when I started having a child or kids of my own, either I'm gonna be just like them, which one of me had these hopes, you know, these hopes and dreams would be a basketball player. That's something I wanted to do anyway. But he was banking on me. But then I had the other side where I'm gonna be there for my kids. I'm not going to press my kids to be a basketball player, a football player, because at some point, either you're gonna be just like them, or the opposite. It's one or the other, not gonna be both. So you make the decision. You can't sit there and say, well, you know, you 35, my daddy went in my life. Nigga, grow up. Grow up. You gotta just, because now you're a father.
Right.
You're a father. We don't have time to make excuses.
Right.
Still part of the conversation.
But you still need that conversation though. Because you know, again, you can't speak on something that you was never taught.
If you can have a conversation,
If you
you
said
already need the conversation.
if you can have the conversation with your dad, if you
Everybody
could
got
have,
their dad there to have it.
Right.
everybody didn't have their dad to come up in their life.
I'm just saying, like you can't have a conversation.
I can't have a conversation. My dad's done. Yeah, I can't have a conversation. Yeah, but
You can have the conversation.
if you can have a conversation with your dad, you need to have that conversation with your dad. Yeah.
But
But Blaine, okay, real quick. I don't want to cut you off.
go
But
ahead.
the piggyback on what you were saying was, what you were saying was this. I understand. We got 10 minutes, y'all. Okay, I understand your point, right? But some people never grow up. Some people never are able to become a parent because they wasn't raised that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you're 35. Now, yes, you're supposed to be able to see things and determine what's right from wrong, and I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Or I was raised a certain way, I'm not going to do that. But if you didn't get that love, you don't know how to distribute that love. You just know you got a youngin' out here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So
but once you become a man, there's no excuses. You gotta make a decision. Because now you went from the child to the man / father. You got to kind of make a different decision because as you can see, his decision it wasn't working.
Right.
So it's up to you. You know, either sit on the paddle or get off. Because we don't have time for excuses. As a father, as a man, you got time to sit there and let me think. No, you got time. You got to make some moves. You got to make some moves.
But do you think that father should reach out for help?
You got to think about it. I mean, are they open to it? Because sometimes in a lot of cases, it had to come from someone on the outside to get it, and for them to be like, because whether it come from anybody else, they're gonna dismiss it.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny said one of the hardest things to do for a man is to put what you want to the side, to raising, to the side now, raising and taking care of someone other than yourself.
Yeah, you're
right.
Yeah,
that's a big responsibility.
Yeah,
that's a major responsibility, man.
We got shoulders for a reason, man. All
right, you know what? I want to. Just the last question I want to ask y'all. Because I know this kind of pertains to your situation also, right? Mm-hmm. If your child's mom decided to move out of state, how would you handle that?
It all depends on the age of the kids. Because if you already kind of set a foundation for them, they already know how you come in, what you bring in, what's understood, what's not. Now, when they're young,
let's say they 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say they school. This is school age.
like 5.
I mean, school age, period.
Okay.
I mean, I mean, it could be.
It still depends on age, though. It's hard though, because when they that young, it's kind of hard for you to set a foundation from a distance.
Okay. Oh, I see what you. Oh, that's great. I see where you're going with it. I see
you
where
set
you're
a
going with it.
foundation, and then they happen to go, it's already there. They can't say, "Well, I don't know if that." No. Once you set the foundation, it shouldn't matter where they go. Once they talk to dad or whatever case may be, okay, right there.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else out there got anything to say about that? I feel like because I feel as though that would be super hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like but let me ask you something though. What if you asked the mother to say, well, can the kids stay with me while you go out of town because they're already in school, things like that? And you know what? That just brought up something real quick. And I know we gotta go. This brought up something real quick, right? And I see it's a lot of men on here that have children, right? A lot of brothers on here that have children. I want to ask y'all something. And be honest. Do you think you could raise your child and have your child with you full time?
Yeah.
You think you can have your child with you full time? Yeah. I'm saying the mother's not. I mean, the mother's in the picture, but you know how the reverse role, like the child is with you all the time.
Yeah. Because the thing is,
you was doing it, and she came and got him.
jogging foot position.
It was working for him.
Cold game out here. Cold game. I can do it. I can do it.
I did it. She was going to
Cause see,
I do. I ain't doing nothing.
Cause Marika says, see, that's the difference. Men won't fight.
No, that's her idea is fighting. You gotta remember, you when you talking fighting, what, going to court? Because
I mean,
but because you think about this though, like J-Ross said, you can have it on paper. It's up to the mother to abide by them rules. If not, you keep going to court. So she talking about fighting, that's bullshit.
I took her back.
That's
'cause I
bullshit.
wasn't getting them every other weekend.
That's bullshit.
I took her back to court to get them. People say it.
It's a cold game down
Papers say you got your child every weekend,
I took her back to court.
and you had to take her back to court because she took you to court and she didn't abide by the rule. So you had to take her back to court just to, and she still ain't do it.
Dude, it's a cold game out here, man, because like in his situation, he got to go back to court, file paper, and pay again to try to get it to go with the rules. And guess what? She can still not do it. And you got to go back again. Cold game out there. I'm saying it's cold
Hey
game.
man, look, man, like my man Johnny used to say, well, Johnny say, man, and Mo know, man, them kids.
Cold game, man. I tell you, man.
Hey, hold on, let me get it real quick. My man, Michael Jordan said, "Yep, yeah, you're right. That's right. That's Michael Jordan." Rika said, it's not all about the court. You just said about your child going to another state. Okay, all right. I understand what you're saying. Farja said Kareem can be a full-time parent because all he does is work out.
Really, Farja, just how he going?
You said, Marika said, you said easy, and it was just a question. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Marika. So right. What Tanisha say? Tanisha always starts something too. Let me see what she say. She say, were you taking care of them or was someone else while they were with you? I.e., who cooked every night?
Don't matter.
Who picked them up? Who helped them with their homework, etc.
That was one of the problems. I got a support system. She don't. So my mom, if I leave her with my mom because I'm gonna go somewhere, that's my business.
Yeah.
They do it.
They do it.
And he gonna see it. Like
they do it.
Early, like they
Right.
said earlier.
Right.
I'm a bad parent.
If you're gonna see it, yeah.
So my support system say, hey, I can leave my son there.
Yep.
Don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing.
They do it. They do it.
Hey, Tanisha, man, listen, man. Tanisha, look, man, you got our engineer here, man. He's so riled up, man. Oh my God.
You about to stomp y'all.
Man, he done push control, alt delete, so we ain't online no more, y'all. Oh man, he done push control, alt delete, some more stuff. Hey, listen.
I went out.
Hey, Mo.
Saturday morning, we hung out.
Hey, Mo said, tell the engineer, chill out. Hey, Mo, he done pulled the plugs and everything on us, Mo.
Take the chains off the door.
Take the chains off the door. Code 10. Code 10. The enemy has arrived. Oh my God. Woo. We need Mr. Donnell in here. Oh my God, man. Shelly said, who's off camera? He's stressed out. Hey, Shelly, we need some cupcakes ASAP.
Hey, spike them suckers.
We need some cupcakes ASAP, man. Oh my God, man. Hey, Mo, we might have to get some security up here, man. It just got crazy, man. I want everybody to have a happy Thanksgiving, man. This is woo-wee. But see, that's how it is, man. It's like it's parenting, man. You know, we can go on and on and on and on and on about this, man. We all have different views, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we all are great parents. Even the people that's online with us today, man, they're great parents.
But
you know,
what's so sad, not to cut you off,
Mhm.
what about, did she had the same issue with the mother? In terms of somebody else watching the kids, she ain't saying about that. When she said, can we take care of the child full time because somebody else watching them, it's same thing with the mother. What the mother be doing? What's the difference?
She go out from time to time and drop them
What's
off.
the difference?
It's
What
no
difference does it make?
Yeah, it's no different.
Drop the mic. I'm done. No.
Hey, Mo said most people don't know what Robin Rogers mean. Oh man. Hey, y'all, that's why we here, y'all. Robin Rogers Studio, man. Come and be yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a concealed carrier here, y'all. Concealed carrier here. Hey, it's the same thing, no bias. That's right,
Yeah,
Tanisha.
right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, right. Hey, I'm with you. Okay.
It's definitely the same thing.
I got you, Tanisha.
Man, y'all, man, woo-wee. This was a good one, man. I'm glad we went back down. Went back down to parenting, man. This is serious, man. I ain't gonna have a part 3. Nope. We ain't having a part 3 because maybe in a couple of months. Matter of fact, we can have one after the holidays. You know, everybody be nice around the holidays. You know, call your father, how you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. They sending messages through the chair, all that stuff, man. But yeah, man, I always have fun, man. Always have fun, man. Gene and Jazz, man, we appreciate you, man, for hanging in there, man. Happy holidays to your family. Johnny, you ain't missing, man. You good, man. You always here with us, man. You always
held me down last week. I got you this week, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We had a woman last week, Faj. Robin, Robin came on last week. Robin's always
Father, this past your bedtime. What time is it?
Part 1. Matter of fact, Faj, guys, guess what? Faj is gonna come on next Wednesday, y'all. My sister, she'll be on next Wednesday. That's right. You know what I mean? She'll be here.
Now you need security. You need security.
Now we need security. Yeah. Oh my God, we need security next week. We definitely need security next week, man. But my man Michael Jordan, Tanisha, Mo, Shelly, man, all you guys, man, for tuning in today, man. Marika, as always, we wish you guys a happy holidays. Kyle, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone on here, y'all. Even our cousin Shirley Grace. Oh man, Shirley. Hey, Shirley. Rob came in with us tonight, y'all. Cousin Letitia Blue. I hope to see you tomorrow, Letitia. You know where the spot at. It's going down, y'all. I can't wait for tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something about Thanksgiving, y'all. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday out of all of them. I like Thanksgiving more than my birthday. We don't eat like this on my birthday. Thanksgiving, man, we get turkey, mac and cheese, string beans, collard greens, rice, roast beef. Man, we have salmon. Man, we have we got some pies.
Father's been crazy.
Man, what father tell me? If father you got to work out, what's your father say? Work out with Kareem. That's right, man. That's right, man. Before we go, man, my man Kareem right here, y'all. Follow him on Instagram.
Appreciate it.
Hit him up. Personal trainer. He gets you right, especially after all this food we're gonna indulge in. I'm trying to tell you.
Either if you wasn't on medication before, you about to get on it.
You're gonna get on it. What Mo telling us? Don't forget the vegan options. Yeah, we got. That's right, Mo. We got vegan options, y'all, for Thanksgiving. Of course, we got water. Definitely gonna have water, man, for the vegan. I feel sorry for you guys, man. That's
I'm more happy about the days off.
That's vegan around this time of the year. Ain't nothing like. Oh, you know what? Before we go, I'm gonna ask y'all something. This doesn't pertain to my family, but I just want to ask y'all something. Are you supposed to have ham during Thanksgiving or Christmas? That's a question I just want to ask. Are you supposed to have ham during Thanksgiving or Christmas? Because I always see people have ham during Christmas. But
it all depends. It all depends on the family. I don't think it really makes a difference.
Are you supposed to have crab legs and crabs on Thanksgiving?
Man, it's up to you. You decide.
I mean, but I think that's breaking tradition. It is.
You make your own tradition.
No, you don't.
Hey, man,
No, you
cut
don't.
out, man.
No, you
Make
don't.
your own tradition, man.
You know,
They still don't know Indian. So,
Marika said both. It said Tanisha said both. So y'all had ham and turkey on Thanksgiving. Man, the pilgrims are rolling over in their grave. Pilgrims rolling over in their grave right
and,
now.
look, and make sure nobody try to run in the gym and try to work out. It takes more than that. Just dropping pounds.
Crabs are for Christmas. Golly, Shelly. Oh my goodness, we can make our own tradition. You right. You right. And we have. Thanks to you all, we have made our own tradition. Well, y'all, that's our show for the night.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you, my brother. Kareem, man, I appreciate it as always,
man.
man, for coming through.
Come back, man. It's fun, man.
You definitely got to come back. We got to have a round table. We need you,
Oh, Lord.
Warriors,
Oh,
Johnny, and Bob.
you sure you want to film that?
Oh, we're going to, hey, gonna break the internet, but we got to do it. We definitely got to do it, man. We definitely got to do it. But before we go, y'all, again, thank you all so much. Happy holidays to you and your families, y'all. Be safe out there. My man JB just joined in with us. Keep the fire extinguishers handy. A lot of y'all want to fry these turkeys.
Yeah, you know.
They don't know what the heck y'all doing. All right. Keep the fire extinguishers handy. Shelly, we need some cupcakes.
Yeah.
I don't know who out there, one of my friends out there. I don't know which one of y'all on here can make those sweet potato pies. I need a sweet potato pie. And I need a pumpkin pie. You know, hit me up, inbox me, all that stuff. Let me know I need that. But we love y'all. Have a great holiday. And we see y'all next Wednesday. And as in the words of my big brother, Ba, bye-bye.